Hi friends, welcome to Stamping Flair. Today we'll be creating a trio of tags using a variety of products, but I'll be using one lot of designer series paper and I want to show you some creative ways to use that. So I hope you enjoyed this class. My name is Rochelle and I'm from Stamping Flair and I'm based in Melbourne. And if you like any of these products, there will be a shopping link where you can select what you like and shop from there. I'll show you the papers first. And this is a very, I would say, outdoorsy guy one, great for Father's Day. And it's to do with fishing. It's called Let's Go Fishing. So there's a bundle that goes with this as well, or you can even fussy cut some of these images. So that's just one side of the papers. And I'll flip them over. So you can take a look. This is more neutral and can be used on occasion, I guess. And this is what I'm going to use. So we're going to go with a more neutral color palette for Christmas, not your traditional color. The inks are the color palette I've got today is Pecan Pie, Misty Moonlight, Mossy Meadow, and Calypso Coral. That's just going to be our base color palette. So we'll work with those today. What I have done prior to the video is I have cut sheets, pieces of the designer series paper to 10 centimeters, 10.5 centimeters by 5 centimeters. And I backed them onto very vanilla cardstock. Just it's a great way to use up your scraps so you can get a whole strip and do a bunch of them. So I just back them up so the back is clear, and then I die cut them with the tailor-made tags dies. Now these come with a range of there's a couple of shapes and a couple of sizes, a few sizes in them, and they come with a little punched out reinforcement as well. So the first tag we will do is the bird. Is this one, and I'm going to stamp the bird in Calypso Coral. There is a die for this. It's from the Nested Friends dies. I'm just going to fussy cut it just for, and I'm stamping in Calypso Coral. And then I'm going to stamp a wreath in Mossy Meadow from the Cottage Wreath stamp set. Now, I have marked, if you can, may be able to faintly see two blue lines with a marker. The only reason is there's two marks here. Sometimes that helps when you do die cut it, because you could go around in circles. Even sometimes I'm going like that now. It does help when you die cut. So just make a mark like that. That's just a tip, because unless, and I'm going to bring in my piercing knife to this is a pretty wreath, and it's like a distinctive kind of image. What it means, it's got all those the shading. That's what I'm trying to get at. Easy enough to fussy cut. The bird has the nested birds dies and stamps. It comes with like a nest, as you would expect, and it's got like some, the nest can be layered and things, so it's really cute. All right, so I'm going to get my pencils, which I didn't get prior. Where is my Calypso Coral? So I've got crushed curry, and maybe I might have to, oh, here's Calypso Coral. So what I'm doing always good to have like a book or something under a stack of papers just to give you some cushioning. When you color, it just give you a soft surface. Apologies for the noise in the background as people mow their lawns and things like that, if you can hear that. And then we'll go in with crushed curry, just adding a little bit of yellowy color. And the reason I picked it is because this is actually wild wheat, which is one of our new colors, but it kind of matches up on the pencil and adds a touch of gold. Which I thought was nice. Add a bit of shading under there. And you might think, oh, this is just a tag, so you don't want to put in as much effort. Yeah, so then you can just stamp it, die cut it. Stamp a bunch of them. Now we will die cut this. Remember when you stamped and when you placed it down, how you stamped it. Oh dear. I'm just going to get my die cutting machine. And put this through. If you do this like a bunch of them, it'll be quite quick for you. Because then you're just doing it like an assembly line. And these sort of tags, when you do a bunch, just will make a great gift idea. Like you do like 5 and just with the same sort of papers and things. It'll be nice. All right. Oops. Oh, right. We'll bring in our tag, which has been put on a Berry Vanilla cardstock, and we'll glue that there. I'm going to cut off the rest. You may be able to use this on another tag. I've done probably 2/3, so that's why, but you could put it on like something else on the side or something. All the effort of stamping and die cutting, you don't want to waste it. I'm looking for some, I've got some dimensionals. I thought I'll put some mini dimensionals, but we can put these on our bird. There. Let's cut a little one. Always use your bits on the side as well. So you get maximum use out of your dimensionals. Now for the sentiment, I'm going to get some Misty Moonlight cardstock. And just some scrap would do. And I'm going to just trim that down a bit. I don't need much. But this is, as you can see, something that obviously didn't work out. White embossing powder. Versamark. You're going to need your Versamark and embossing buddy. Now, this is our embossing additions toolkit. You get the embossing buddy, the little tray, and you get tweezers to hold your hot cardstock. this guy doesn't want to hold on. And you also get a little brush. I'm gonna do that straight. This little Merry Christmas is from the Cottage Wreath Stars stamp set. So it's the one stamp set we're using. And so the embossing additions toolkit is a good little kit if you like your embossing. So embossing is one of those things, like if you once you learn it, it's not hard, but it's just a good thing. You need to get confidence with it, because sometimes it can be daunting when you first look at it and you go, oh, that looks fancy and scary. Well, that's how I felt anyway. And it is, seeing a heat gun used to scare me till I started doing it like properly and was shown how to do it. Then, like anything, isn't it? Let's bring in our heat tool. Just heat it up for 20 seconds on setting 2 if you've got the Stampin' Up heat gun. And you should see that changing. Okay, so I will bring in my paper trimmer. Our trimmer has a scoring blade as well. So the black is the trimmer part, that's a scoring blade. So if you just want one tool that does it all, that's a good little tool. Easy to, and it opens out so you can do your 12 by 12 as well. The actual the guide that comes with the machine with the tool, with the paper trimmer, is an inches generally. So you get your inches and centimeters up the top, but the guide that comes with this when you purchase it is just with inches. So this is available as an extra, like an attachment. And it's good if you, like I work in both, I don't know if you do this, I work sometimes in metric, sometimes in imperial, because I'm confused. I'm just going to stick my little sentiment there, and then we'll put our bird. Now, I'm not going to go through the ribbons and things, but I will show you what I have done. It's just so to save some time, and we stick with the time. This is the braided ribbon, which I've used, and the Baker's Twine Essential Pack has 5 different twine in it. So I've put this through and then tied a ribbon around it, a bow around it. So that's that one. We'll get on to our next tag, which is this guy. So we start off by using Mossy Meadow and this leaf stamp from the Cottage Wreath stamp, which we used before, stamp set. And we're just going to stamp a little garland sort of on the corner. And just like that, nice and easy. And then we're going to create a blended background to die cut some pine cones from Pecan Pie. And I'm just using one of our blending brushes and using Pecan Pie. So one side's going to be darker and one side will be lighter, because these pine cones come with the two dyes. So one to give the base and one to give the detailed outline on top. So you get two. So you could do this one, which is the detail, from Pecan Pie cardstock as well. I'm just using blending to do that, just because I've got the paper out, and it's a good way to use up some scrap as well. So you basically need two lots, and we'll die cut that. This might be a big one. I thought that might be one. So we'll bring in our Boho Mini Stamping Pad and Emboss Machine. This is available right now in our online store. You can purchase it by calling me or direct. It's just a limited release, so while supplies last. This is one of our new in colors that it was available like as a special offer due for a starter kit. And so now you can purchase it. Got it free with the starter kit pretty much. And so you can see the variation, which is nice to get that. Nice and easy to get those dies done. The next what we'll do is assemble these guys up. Just a bit of glue. Just dot it in between with the tumble or this liquid glue. Just don't press too hard. Once the initial flow comes through, just let it happen. It's really sticky, and it's a good glue, like it, because it allows for movement, and once it doesn't stick immediately, so it gives you a bit of time to change your mind. And just like that, and you can see the variation there. For our sentiment, I have pre-die cut a circle, an oval from the All That Dies. Now, the All That Dies is one of those dies that are standalone, but it's got all types of shapes, which are great. It's got like 4 sentiments, but it's also good like some little things to enhance your project. Take a look at our standalone dies, which are great. You don't need, like, it will work with any stamp set. I'm going to use Calypso Coral. So this stamp is from the Celebrate Tags stamp set. Celebrate with Tags. So it's got a variety of sentiments you can use on tags or cards or whatever you like. But I'm just going to ink up the 2, because that's all I want on this. And we'll go like that. I'm going to keep my Calypso Coral ink. Now I want some dots which were in the Nested Essentials dots, in the Nested Essentials stamp set. And I'm going to pull that out. So this is just, I love dots, and it just gives you a bit of, it's great for just adding detail. So all I'm doing is going to add some detail onto our tag. I don't want to lose my little point cone. So just stamp off. You can, but even on it, straight on is fine. It's not too dark. But just do something like that. There's no specific, and it just adds a little bit of a background. Now we'll bring in some dimensional. And we'll stick these on. So first up, I will do my sentiment, or my tag part, and just stick that there. And for the little pine cones, still a couple of little ones. I tell you guys, these pine cones, the death of me. Seriously, I spent about an hour looking for the dies yesterday. I looked through the bin. I didn't know where I had put them. Then it was right on my carpet in front of my feet. Does that happen to you? Oh, goodness. I was stressing out because I had to record this video. And where is it? So now this is the ribbon. Again, I'm not going to go through it just for time's sake. This is really pretty. Like, it's just something a little bit unusual, but you can see how it is. But I have pulled it apart. So you basically get, if you cut a length, you'll get 3 lots out of it. And what I like is when you do pull it apart, it gives this odd curve. So, and then I put it through. So that's what happened there with that tag. Our next tag is this one, which is another cute one. So for this tag, we are going to alter our designer series paper. So you need a trusty old ruler and a stamping right marker. I've got Calypso Coral, and this is in our old style. They have been reconfigured this year when the new catalog came. So when you receive yours, the tips will be slightly different. So this is a more wider, like a bigger tip, which is actually better, but this is, I'm just using what I've got. I'm actually going to use the brush side anyway. So what I'm doing is just going in between, and it does not have to be exact, right? You're just creating that look. Just move down, and we're going to draw a line between each of those to see how that just changes it up a bit. And who knew that piece of like fishing paper, right? It doesn't look like fish at all. Next, with my ruler aside, I have got this circle, which I've die cut from the, oh goodness, all that dies, which I used before. And that is another one of those, I said they're really good for sentiments and things like that. So keep your eye on that set. That's a great little set. And I've got the glove, which is from the Celebrate tags, which was this stamp set we pulled out earlier. So some options there. I'm using a bit of this and a bit of that. Some are Christmas, some are not, but you can make them like birds, like birds are birds. You can make them Christmassy, you can make them not Christmas. So yeah, one of my friends is one of my team members. She's actually made Fiona, you just check her out. She taken the Hey Chuck bundle, right? It's like chooks doing roosters doing crazy stuff. It's just a funny stamp set. She's made Christmas cards with that stamp set. Unbelievable. She made a Christmas tree out of a fence, like fence palings. Like she made a Christmas tree out of that. Like who would have thought? So I said, you just got to show you, you can create like anything out of anything, basically. Like if you can create Christmas tree out of fence palings, you can do anything. So it's just up to your imagination. Like the birds I've done today, I didn't use that. You can use any leaf and make it Christmassy. Floral arrangement does not have to be, what do you call? It's Christmas specific. All right, so I'm going to fussy cut. I have a bit of patience with fussy cutting. My background, I started off with paper crafting. My background is paper tool. So I tell you what, you're doing some serious fussy cutting in that job. Now we'll bring out a die cutting machine and I'm going to cut. We're going to bring the one horse open sleigh set, which I used in my last 2 classes. And it's also inside that box inside my thing, because I've been crafting like mad. But this is an actual tree, which I'm going to use as leaves for this card, for this tag. And as I say card, you can use these tags for card fronts, right? So if you could make a bunch of tags and then put it on a card, nothing's stopping you. And in fact, this is probably, I'm going to probably steal some of these ideas, and I've got cards coming up and I might use one of them and change it, because you have a tag front card. Always repurpose. We'll give it to your family and then you can say, thanks, I'll use it for. Take your pick tool is, this comes with different tips, right? And we've got a new one, it's called Crafter's Tips, so check it out. Lots of ways you can use that. Well, I'm going to bring my bigger machine only because I've got a bigger embossing folder. And it is called the Merry Melody embossing folder. Now, when you add anything to emboss, put it in closed side first. And normally it doesn't matter. With this, still put in closed side first. And generally the pattern will be fine. With this one, when you put in closed side first, it's upside down because the music notes will be upside down. So I just tip, look for the treble clef up there, then you'll know whether it's upside down or not. In this case, it doesn't matter, it's a circle, so I can switch it around. But if you had a directional piece that had to go a certain way, make sure you're doing it the right way. How do I know? Because the very first card I did with that embossing folder, I glued it and everything, and it was upside down. And then I had to, unglue it. And how do I unglue? The way I unglue is I use my heat gun on setting 1, and as you use it, it will well, it melts the glue, and you just have to just work with it for a little while, and it does melt the glue. So I put my piece of cardstock away with the embossing folder, and now I'm looking for it. Here we are. There you go. So it's really, you can see the nice detail, the music notes, and that's the way it's meant to go. So we'll glue that straight on. And off camera, I had a little bit of an accident. Not too much. I had left my embossing powder open. And of course, the only time I do it, it tips. Didn't lose too much, but it's on the side. They're waiting to clean up. Now I'm going to trim a bit here and, excuse me, extend that right out there. So again, just little dabs of glue. Right there. And we will put our guy here, our little glove. Let's do some minis, which came to hand first. The mini stamping dimensionals are a little bit not as high as the other ones, the larger ones. So that's why it's not too much of a difference, but minuscule. Right. So just do that. Now I've got a sentiment from the brightest glow stamp set. This is lots of nice sentiments, Christmas sentiments, and great ones to go inside a card as well. So this is in our online store. You can find that if you want to take a look at it, but I will link to it in the shop. I'm going to stamp that on some pecan pie cardstock, and we'll heat emboss it in white with Versamark. Stamp it in Versamark. Versamark is a clear ink, and it's a sticky ink. So your embossing powder will stick to it. I just leave it for a second or two so it like kind of sticks on. And then I'm going to get rid of this before I do any further damage. So just open that out. Tip that in. There's a brush you can help with that. But I also just run, if there's any residue, I just give it a run after I use it, just with a tissue, just so that if I use gold or something, the white isn't going into that. So again, here's your heat time for 15-20 seconds. So it's nice and hot on setting 2. Keep it away from any embossing powder you may have so that your whole pot doesn't melt. And you'll see the magic happening. And this is the fun part. Makes it so professional. Nothing else. All right. So now I'm going to do fussy cutting. If you don't want a fussy cut, go ahead and just cut around it or die cut something. I just felt the fussy cutting lent itself to this. So I'm going pretty fine with this. if you love this sort of look, we do have a couple of sets or a few sets in the catalog which have this look. So like the stamp and dies they give you, so you can just die cut it around it, which is great. And it layers. If freehanding is like not your thing to do this, you can like just draw like a cloud shape around it, say like a bubble, and with a pencil and follow the line. Just so till you get used to it. So like this cartoony things. I'm sorry, I'm off camera there. I'm just right on to get that. Takes a little bit of time. Okay, so now we're just going to glue this right on the glove. If you wanted to, you can add dimensionals. But I'm just going to go straight on, and it gives a bit of contrast against that misty moonlight glove. For the ribbon on my original, it is a wider ribbon. I've cut it in half, so to make it more narrow. If you want to have wider ribbon, you could even punch that hole a bit wider. Sometimes it's a bit tricky to get it in there, but so let's go back and see our 3 different tags. I have so and please ask me any questions you have. Those are our 3 Christmas tags. I hope you have enjoyed the class. Please subscribe to my newsletter. Each week I share a brand new tutorial for you, which it's totally free, and you get more inspiration, and I have lots of fun there. All right, thank you so much, everyone. Bye-bye.